Emily Childs, and I'm glad you all could be here to hear my presentation on depression in college students. So how would it be if we woke up each day and wondering what the purpose of life is? And it'd be so hard to get out of bed to do all your assignments, and it just wouldn't be a pleasant experience. But this is what a lot of college students feel each day, on top of the stress of going to school and doing their research projects. And according to the DSM-4, which is the diagnostic manual that practitioners use, there are two types of depression, and there are lots of different signs and symptoms. Some of them are, as you can see, a depressed mood and a significant loss of interest or pleasure in activities that they used to find enjoyable. Some may have difficulty sleeping, which in turn could hurt their assignments or their studies. Agitation, they may not like to go out in public anymore, they don't want to be social, which is always hard because that can cause another relapse of depression, feeling like you have no friends or loved ones that care about you. And death and suicide is a big factor. So there's three points I want to make to you all today. And I want to talk about the two different types of depression. And the first one is called major depressive disorder. And this is where a person feels worthless or guilty, and they may have suicidal thoughts. And the major classification of major depressive disorder is that it interferes with the function of their daily lives. And the next one I want to point out to you is chronic depression, or it's also called dysthymia. And it's less severe, but the symptoms have to go on for about 2 years, and they can have maybe one episode of major depression, but don't have major depression. The other things I want to point out to you is how important it is to recognize the different signs and symptoms in classmates or family members. Classmates or family members, so we can realize how we can help them in completing their daily lives, tags, and so they can keep going on with their college studies, because everyone who begins college usually wants to finish college, and depression can be quite interfering in college students. So I wanted to talk about also the different drugs and medication that go along with depression. And there are some called SSRIs, which are the most common, and atypical antidepressants, and TCAs, which are used as a last resort, usually because they're older and they have more severe side effects than most of them. And also the MAOIs, which is an older form, and they're not quite as effective as the SSRIs now, which are basically like Prozac and things like that, which are the most common. So. And some of the drug risk factors that go on with depression. The pregnant women have a significant increase of risk for the fetus as well as them. Teens and adolescents, because they have a higher suicide rate if they are taking antidepressants. And they can have weight gain, sleepiness, or nervousness and blurred vision. So lots of things can happen. And personal stories of this is I've been around it my whole life. I have family members who struggled from it, and I've witnessed friends go up and down with it and take different medications. And it is a real thing, and we need to be aware of the different signs and symptoms so we can help those that we care about through the struggle.